Narcissists experience intense anger when they no longer have control over someone they once manipulated. This anger especially surfaces when the person they discarded doesn't come crawling back, doesn't react with desperation, and refuses to feed their ego. A narcissist's entire sense of worth depends on how others respond to them. If you were once their main emotional supply, they relied heavily on your reactions, whether positive or negative, to feel important and validated. When a narcissist discards someone, it's always on their terms. They plan the exit carefully, making sure they are the ones in control. But they discard you under the assumption that you'll be too emotionally broken to function without them. They expect you to chase them, to beg, to cry, because your pain gives them a sense of power and superiority. But when you don't react the way they hoped, it hurts them deeply. Your lack of response disrupts their ability to regulate their emotions. They feel an internal void because they're not getting the negative reaction that once made them feel good. This absence of chaos and validation leads to a lingering pain, a pain they don't understand and certainly don't take responsibility for. Instead of acknowledging their own actions as the cause of this pain, they project the blame onto you. In their mind, you become the reason they're suffering, not because of what they did, but because you're not doing what they need anymore. Your silence, your detachment, it feels like an attack to them. So the person who once lied, manipulated, and discarded you now sees themselves as the victim. They feel wrong because you're no longer willing to sacrifice your well-being for their comfort. And this is the twisted reality of a narcissist's mind. Pain doesn't make them reflect. It makes them angry. It fuels resentment. It drives them into cycles of fantasy, revenge, denial, and rage. They obsess over you, play mind games in their heads, consider pulling you back in only to discard you again. Or they seek someone else to replace you, to distract themselves from the emotional chaos they can't contain. But even when distracted, the emptiness returns. Because the real problem isn't you. It's their inability to self-reflect, take accountability, and truly connect with others in a healthy way. Narcissists can't look in the mirror and say, "I caused this." That's not part of their wiring. Instead, they need someone to blame. And that someone is often the very person they hurt the most. Their anger is, at its core, a symptom of their dysfunction. They need others to suffer so they can feel a false sense of peace. When they don't see that suffering, they feel personally attacked. That's the level of entitlement they live with, the belief that your happiness is an insult to their pain. So yes, narcissists do get angry, ferociously so, when you refuse to be their emotional crutch. And ironically, the best way to heal is to keep doing exactly what angers them most. Move on, be indifferent, and rebuild your life without them.